if you were here during late 2018, you probably remember a very big event that happened on YouTube. One of the biggest events that has ever happened on this platform, and it's over a decade, like almost 20 years of existence. And that was none other than the PewDiePie versus T-Series drama, let's just say. I'm gonna call it a drama because that's kind of what it was. Now, a lot of people are nostalgic over that, including myself, because I was actually there during that event. I was someone who was like on board with that event. I was throughout the entire event. It lasted for like a couple of months or so. I was there during the entire time. I remember Mr. Beast doing stuff on it. I remember even fucking Markiplier doing a video on it. I remember all of that stuff, and I know for a fact that a lot of you all watching the video right now were during that moment as well. So I just kind of want to take a trip down memory lane and discuss all that stuff and talk about how, in hindsight, it was stupid as fuck. Now, let's be real. A big part as to why this whole thing was really stupid is because we were all just kids back then. Like, we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know what was right or wrong. We were just doing what other people told us to do, which was, unsubscribe, dislike T-Series videos, and, yeah, whenever you tell kids to do things, they will do it. And I hate to admit it, but I was part of that group as well. I was a naive kid back then who didn't really know what I was doing. I was just doing what other people told me to do, because, that's what kids do. And, I was disliking all T-Series videos and stuff like that. And, yeah, in hindsight, it was a fucking stupid drama. It was probably one of the stupidest dramas that's ever happened before, because it's one guy versus one of the biggest companies in literally the biggest country in the world when it comes to population. I think it's like almost 1.5 billion people there now, I'm pretty sure. It might be even more, but I don't know exactly, but there's a lot of fucking people there. I know it's like the biggest country in terms of population now, which is India, by the way. And a lot of people there got internet access for like the first time. So like, who do you think is gonna win? Who the fuck do you think is going to win? Like, it doesn't matter how many billboards you put up. It doesn't matter how many videos you make. It doesn't even matter if you do what Mr. Beast did, which is that aged horribly, but it doesn't matter if you did what Mr. Beast did, which was say PewDiePie for 10 hours straight. It doesn't matter if you do that. T-Series is still gonna win because once again, it's one of the biggest companies in the biggest country when it comes to population. So, like, obviously it's gonna win. But, yeah, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. That drama, looking back at it, was fucking stupid. Like, the whole sub-bot thing is a complete lie because of what I just stated before, and not to mention the racism against Indian people was not just, no, that's why, that's never okay. I remember I remember that happening a lot, and I was a kid back then. I didn't really know what I was doing, so I actually got on board with that. I didn't know what I was doing, but once again, that shows the power that content creators have over kids, because even back then, I was doing the things they wanted me to do, which was, not be kind of racist to Indian people, which is not okay. That was like one of the big things with that drama, and looking back at it, that whole drama was stupid. Now, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, a lot of it was just jokes. Like, a lot of, like, for example, the stuff that PewDiePie did, like, this track is, looking back at it nowadays, it's so obvious that it's a joke. It's so obvious that it's a joke. But if you show that to millions of kids, they're not gonna know that's a joke. They're gonna think that, like, you actually mean the stuff you're saying, and they're gonna go and, hate on T-Series and its fans, even though it's literally, once again, for the third time now, maybe even fourth, I'm not lost track at this point. It's one of the biggest companies in the biggest country in the world when it comes to population. Obviously, a lot of Indian people are gonna love it because it's kind of like, it's like big companies here in the U.S. or like in the Western world or whatever. Like, admittedly, a lot of people don't like them because big companies are greedy as fuck, but the general population are going to like them because that's what they appeal to. That is what they appeal to, and that's how they're even so popular in the first place, because they appeal to the general lowest common denominator audience. That's exactly what T-Series is, but in India instead, which has far more people than any country in the Western world. So, yeah, that whole drama was honestly fucking stupid. I still have a lot of nostalgia over it because it was like, that was during a time whenever that was like one of the most fun, some of the most fun I have ever had before. I used to watch streams all day of like the sub counts. I used to even, this is a bit off topic, but I used to go on like Flare TV, you know, the guy behind the whole stream with the T-Series versus PewDiePie sub count. I used to watch his like his DVD his DVD live stream, and it's kind of sad looking back at it and knowing that being so nostalgic over a fucking DVD live stream. That's the lowest of low, but I mean, hey, anything can be nostalgic if you're exposed to it at a young age, you know. And you know, that live stream was so much more than just a DVD live stream to me, you know, because it was kind of my safe place at that time. But anyway, I'm getting off topic, sorry about that. The whole PewDiePie versus T-Series thing was fucking stupid, let's be real. We were all just kids back then, let's be real. We were all just kids back then, we didn't know what we were doing, we were just doing what the content creators told us to do, which was subscribe to PewDiePie, don't like T-Series, so a lot of people misinterpreted that as being racist, you know, like, we were just kids, we didn't know what we were doing, but now we can look back at the past and realize that our actions was really stupid, and while it is something that I do like thinking about, I don't think it should be something memorialized in history, because at the end of the day, it was just a bunch of toddlers doing stupid stuff. That's pretty much all it was. We may have strong memories attached to it, but that's pretty much all it was. It was obviously a joke headed by, you know, the people making it, but people took it literally, because, you know, if you appeal to kids, which most of us were kids back then, they're gonna do what you tell them to do. They're gonna do what you tell them to do. No matter what, even if it's the most crazy thing ever, they'll still do it. They will still do it. That's just the nature of the kid brain. The brain in a child. That's just how it works. So, yeah, overall, I do think it was kind of a stupid thing. Like, the drama, the whole thing was actually kind of funny, because, you know, it was one guy against one big Indian company. Who the fuck was gonna win against that, you know? But the kids took it way too literal, which was us. We have to admit our mistakes. I'm admitting mine. I was a naive kid. All of us were. We all were. Well, I'm sure there were some older people who were not during that time, but I'm talking to you, Gen Z audience, who were there during that time. You knew what you were doing, including myself, and yeah, we can admit our mistakes and admit that we were wrong, because we were absolutely wrong with, you know, hating on T-Series fans. You know, that's kind of like hating anyone who likes Taylor Swift in the Western world. Like, yeah, Taylor Swift is dumb, but don't hate the people. That's stupid and wrong in every single way. Hate the corporate greed, you know. Don't hate the people. That's what I go by personally. So yeah, that's my whole thoughts. That's a look back on the whole T-Series versus PewDiePie drama, or, you know, whatever. By far, one of the biggest things that's ever happened on the platform. And while I may have tons of nostalgia for that, and a lot of things that came from that, I would say during, like, a big portion of 2019, and, like, a small portion of 2018, I was engaged with it 100%. It's so nostalgic to me, but, yeah, in hindsight, it was a fucking stupid drama. So, yeah. We were definitely at fault there, but it was still a lot of fun. We were just kids having fun, and, you know, what's done is done, and yeah, we can admit our mistakes. We were wrong back then, and that's fine. We were kids, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just doing what content creators told us to do, and yeah, that's it. We will always be nostalgic about this, 100%. I'm talking to you people who were there with me at that time, you know, during that time whenever you were a kid not doing what you were doing. And, yeah. But anyway, I don't really know what else to say, so I'm gonna go and end it there. Anyway, goodbye, guys.